Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Jay Hollingshed. I help athletes win more competitions and consistently produce better stats. I help entrepreneurs become more productive and consistently earn more profit. I help out from the locker room to the boardroom as a high performance mindset coach. I am Jay Hollingshed, and this is my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. Today is day 63. Day 63, and today is Saturday. Being that this is the 7th day of the week, we discuss pillar number 7, which is positive and negative self-talk. Positive and negative self-talk. In our brief discussion this evening, I will discuss the 3 main topics of our negative self-talk that we get from our psyche on a daily basis, on a regular basis. So before we get into that, let me get into my thank yous. First off, 2 thank yous, 2 big thank yous. First, my wife, Lisa. She is watching and she is listening and she is probably making me nervous right now. So anyway, Lisa, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. And my brother, my big brother, AJ. Every episode, every video, always liking, sharing, every platform. I appreciate you. As well as everybody else watching right now live. Also, everybody that's catching this on replay. Thank you so much if you are watching this on repeat. And for those of you who are watching for the first time, thank you. If this is your very first episode, thank you as well. I'd like you to go back and catch all of my other episodes when you get the time. Episodes 1 through 62 are already on YouTube. My YouTube channel, jhollingshed.com. You can also catch this video in its entirety on my YouTube channel. Now, somebody else just tuned in. Shantae Penniman, hey, Faye. I appreciate you, brother. All right, now let's get into this positive and negative self-talk. I've been on a website, Psychology Today, which is a very good website for those of you studying psychology and anything dealing with mental performance or performance psychology. Now, I've taken some good notes on this one as well. You know me, I'm doing my research. I'm trying to bring you the best that's out there at the moment. So let me get into it. Let's see, on the website, Psychology Today, there was a study that was taken. It took place with a group of students. And this group of students participated in this study only to reveal that 60 to 70% of the thoughts that spontaneously came to their minds on a random basis were negative. And this was totally unexpected. And I say unexpected because from what I read, those that were conducting the actual the test or conducting the study, they expected 60 to 75% of the students to have positive random thoughts. So this was like the complete flip, the opposite. They had no clue of what they were going to get. But when they got it, they took a deeper dive into the situation. They were like, okay, whoa, this ain't what we expected now. Let's find out what's going on, why it's going on, and let's really get into the meat and bones of this thing. So they wanted to know what the thoughts were. And they proceeded to get the students to be extremely candid, and they got them to be vulnerable, and they put themselves out there. And when the students did that, these were the 3 things. They came up, they found out that the psyche was giving negative suggestions on the first topic, which is thoughts related to inferiority. The second one, thoughts related to love and approval. Topic number 3, thoughts related to control seeking or seeking control. Now, let's back up a little bit, go to number 1. When they asked students about the thoughts about inferiority, the main thing that came up, being that they were dealing with students, was this right here. Other students are going to do better than me on the exam. That is what they thought. And how many times do we actually put ourselves in that situation? A lot of the times, even if we're not students. David Rogers, thank you for watching. I appreciate you, brother. Even if we are not students, we still put ourselves in that same situation. We may not be saying other students are going to do better than me on the exam. We could be saying someone else is going to do better than me or score better than me or perform better than me. Being that this is I'm dealing with high performance mindset, we're talking about performing. And anytime you are in a competition or you're competing, you don't even have to be in a competition. That negative mindset will put you in the place of trying to compete. That way you automatically go into, okay, somebody's going to do better than me. And that's what that was the suggestion from the kids about their mindset. And they were thinking other students were going to do better than them. Number 2, thoughts related to love and approval. That automatically makes me think about I think it's 5 love languages. Well, one of them happens to be words of affirmation. And when it comes to words of affirmation, you want someone to affirm your actions. You're looking for approval from someone else. So this, thoughts related to love and approval. And if you're not affirming me or you don't approve of me, then you don't love me. A lot of times that's the negativity that's going on in someone's head as they go through, as they listen to their psyche, enforcing that negative self-talk. Sean Tucker, Nat Brown, thank you. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much. Now, I also think about women when we come to that, because I know of a lot of women personally that go through that same thought process. Choice Gilbert, how you doing? I appreciate you for tuning in. I know of a lot of women that go through that same process of actually their psyche questioning them in a negative form, saying, how come I am the one who's not taken? And they're like, why am I still single? Well, put another option on the table. Stop accepting the negative. Yeah, you can hear the question, but you don't have to accept it. That's like someone trying to give you a gift wrapped with your name on it. You don't have to accept it. They can leave it on the ground and you can walk away from it. Or you can just pull out a bigger gift and say, hey, I got this one already. Give yourself another option. Tony Christian, hey, my firefighters, how you doing? But give yourself another option. So when someone comes to you, or if your psyche comes to you with that negative thought, why are you the only one not taken? Why are you still single? Well, here's why. First of all, they may not be ready for you. There are guys out there that could be intimidated by you. A lot of people saying, I need somebody to bring something to the table. Or a lot of guys that I know are sitting back and saying, I need somebody to bring something to the table. I need a woman to bring something to the table. That's a selfish form of thinking, because if you open up your mind and your eyes, you will see that today's woman, they got their own table and it's already full of food. So we got to step our game up as men. Think. And if they got a table and it's already full of food, she don't need your food. What does she need you for? Use your mind. Bring your mind to the table of food. And when you bring your mind to the table of food, it's not a meal. You are creating an experience. Bring your mind and create a dining experience. And it's not just eating a meal. Take it to the next level. And if you've been studying and listening to anything I've said about your 7 pillars of mental performance, you know which ones to kick in and actually step up to a high performance, okay? Use your mind. So, thoughts related to love and approval. And on another point from that, you can be in the workplace. How come I have not been promoted yet? How come they're looking over me? How come someone else is doing better than me? How come I didn't get that raise? The same thing. Use other options. Stop listening to everything that negative that's being poured into you from your psyche. Number 3, thoughts related to control seeking. And the example they gave here, one of the students was saying, why don't my teammates ever listen to me or ever listen to the suggestions that I make? Point blank. Why don't my teammates actually listen to the suggestions I make? Now, that could be, are you being a good teammate? Or are you being a good coworker? Or even a good family member? They could not be listening to you because of your mindset. First of all, you could be, are you selfish or selfless? Think about that. Thoughts relating to control seeking. Are you seeking control, or are you pitching in as a collective effort to, as a group or as a team, control as a team instead of you trying to control the team? That's why. So think about that. There are other options out there, but don't always go for the negative bait that's hanging on the end of that hook from your psyche. They want you to think that. They want you to think negative. So your psyche wants you to think negative. I'm sorry, not they, but it's your psyche, and it wants you to think the negative. As we already stated earlier, between 60 and 70% of the thoughts that randomly come to the mind are negative. So we don't want to feed into that. Now, I have a quote. I like to end with quotes. So this quote, and I don't know who it is by, so it's an unknown. Thinking is the manipulation of energy. Hence, a thought is a willful act and is powerful enough for creation. Think about that. That validates everything I said. If your thinking manipulates your energy, and if your thoughts are a willful act that can create, and you feed into the negative thoughts coming from your psyche, the negative self-talk, then you will be creating negative actions from that. And those actions define who you are and how you are. Other people are watching, other people are tuning in to you, feeding off of your energy. So you don't want to keep reciprocating negative energies, okay? Thank you so much. Now I got to talk to you about you and what you have done this week. Today is Saturday. It's the end of the week. Now, if this ends a week-long competition between you and your psyche, and your psyche was hitting you with all these negative suggestions, y'all been competing and battling all week, competition's over. Could you say that you've won this week? Or did your psyche kick your butt? Who won the battle? Was it you or your psyche? Think about that. And if your psyche has won this week and last week and the week before, or continuously wins on a regular basis, it's kind of like a team that's losing. And what do losing teams do? They hire a coach that can get them over and get them to the next level. Here we go. I can help you with that. I am your high performance mindset coach. If you are tired of being frustrated and being cheated and bullied by your psyche in a negative way, and you are trying to get over that hump or get to that next level, and how many times has your negative self-talk kept you from performing to your highest potential this week? If you're tired of that, go to speaktojay.com, speaktojay.com. Let's talk about it. It's a free consultation. Let's see what we can do about you and your mindset. Get you to where you need to be and get you to what you want. Thank you so much for listening. I am Jay Hollingshed, your high performance mindset coach. Be well, stay blessed, and through love, be a blessing. God bless.